Good morning. It's Thursday, March 13, 2025, and here are today's economic news updates. Trade tensions escalate. The United States has implemented a 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports, effective today. In response, the European Union and Canada have announced plans for retaliatory tariffs against USA products. These developments have raised concerns about a potential global trade war and its impact on international markets. South Korea's diplomatic efforts. In light of the escalating trade tensions, South Korea's Trade Minister, Yoon In-kyo, is embarking on a two-day visit to the United States. The objective is to engage in discussions with USA officials to address and potentially mitigate the impact of these tariffs on South Korean industries. Economic indicators. The USA Consumer Price Index (CPI) has risen less than expected, indicating a potential slowdown in inflation. This data has provided some relief to investors concerned about rising prices and may influence future monetary policy decisions. Domestic economic activities. In South Korea, the Ministry of Trade, Industry, and Energy is holding a closed-door meeting with Homeplus and its suppliers. The agenda includes addressing concerns over payment settlements and ensuring fair trade practices within the retail sector. Real estate market. The Korea Real Estate Board is set to release its weekly apartment price trends report today. Notably, last week's data showed a significant increase in apartment prices in Seoul's Gangnam districts. Following the lifting of land transaction permit zones, stakeholders are keen to see if this upward trend continues. Education expenditure. Statistics Korea will announce the results of the 2024 survey on private education expenses for primary and secondary students. The previous year's survey indicated expenditures exceeding 27 trillion won. Recent analyses suggest that last year's spending may have approached 40 trillion won, marking a record high. Fiscal health. The Ministry of Economy and Finance is releasing the March edition of its Fiscal Trends Report, which will detail the national budget deficit for the previous year. Preliminary figures up to November indicated a deficit of 81.3 trillion won. Corporate governance. The Financial Supervisory Service is hosting an open forum titled, Building a Governance Structure for Corporate and Shareholder Coexistence. The discussion will focus on enhancing the exercise of voting rights by asset management firms and the implications of shareholder activism. That concludes today's economic news. Thank you for tuning in.